Carrie at the Waukee Public Library. For this week's Teen Maker Monday, we are going to construct a Newton's Cradle. You're going to need several large popsicle sticks or tongue depressors. You're going to need 6 pieces of yarn that are about 8 inches long each. You will need 6 marbles, and I'm sure you can't see that, but we need 6 little marbles. You're going to need glue. If you have a hot glue gun, that will work faster, but regular glue will work too. You'll just have to do the craft in different stages while things are drying. You'll want a ruler, a pencil, and eraser. You may need scissors to cut your yarn, and tape. I think that's everything. All right, now let's get started. This has a lot of steps today, so we'll try to take it slow and show you every piece of the way. First, you're going to take 2 of your craft sticks and your ruler, and you're going to measure and find the center of your stick and make a little pencil mark there. And then you are going to measure a 1/2 inch out, and you're going to center 6 lines 1/2 inch apart, because that's about how far apart the marbles will need to be from each other. That's the same size as the marbles. And you're going to measure and mark that on 2 different craft sticks. And then set those 2 aside for now. First, let's prep our marbles and our yarn. So you're going to take a marble and a piece of yarn, fold your yarn in half, and approximately, and try to hold in place your marble, and then very carefully, without burning yourself if you're using hot glue, squeeze some onto there to hold it. And then we're going to repeat that for the next 5 marbles, so they're all attached to their yarn. It does help if you have a small bowl or some milk cap lids or something to set your marbles in so that they don't roll away. Right, now you might have little strings of hot glue all over you if you've been using hot glue, and you can just pick those off as they dry. The next thing we are going to glue are the sides of our Newton's Cradle. So you're going to need, well, 8 sticks for this part, but 4 at a time. We're going to glue 2 squares, 4 sticks each. Here we go. Ta-da! All right, now you've got the sides of your Newton's Cradle. After those are totally dry, they're going to stand up like that to be the sides. Now we're going to go back for a minute to one of our sticks with the markings on it. So I think our marbles should be dry with the yarn. So we are going to take, a piece of tape, pretty long one, so that hopefully it will cover all of our yarns, or you could just keep taping over tape if you need a piece of tape for each one. We're going to line up the end of our yarn with one of our marks, and tape it on there. to do that for each marble. Okay, now we'll put one long tape over all of it. Okay, those are all prepped up. I'm going to set them aside again. Okay, now we're going to make the base of our Newton's cradle. You'll want to make sure the other stick with your marks on it is set far aside so you don't accidentally glue it in the wrong place. And then you're going to take one side and have another stick ready. We're going to put some glue right on the edge. And hold that in place. Then we're going to glue kind of the reverse for this side since it's tricky to hold on to. Do our line of glue on this stick. And move our side into it. It's going to be very wobbly until we get the other side on. See if I can do it without wrecking it here. One very uncooperative side. If you have a partner, someone in your household that can help you, that would be a good time to get them involved. All right, let's see if the reverse will work for this side that's not staying. Aha. Okay, now we're gonna do that for another stick on the other side. You want it to be flush with the edge of your table. As this is your base, you want it to be nice and solid. Okay, then we're going to take 2 more sticks to finish the top of our frame. That will be a little easier to see here, but it's the same as what we did for the bottom. All right, when that's good and dry, you can pick off your strings once again. If you're using hot glue, it will look like you have little spider webs all over your Newton's cradle. Now we're ready. You thought that was hard. Now we're ready for the actually hard part, which is we're gonna set this down so that it's a little, hopefully more level, depending on your gluing skills. Actually, go this way. And we're going to glue on the stick with the marbles. Then you're going to glue on your other stick with the markings. And you may have already guessed, the next thing we're going to do is tape up our marble, the other end of our marbles. So you want to very carefully, you want to make sure you're taping them in order. Grab one. And you want to make sure to look at these before you tape it. See, they're not quite lined up this way, so you want to make sure and pull it till it is lined up, and you might have to adjust the other one. It's hard because they're wiggly. You want them to hang exactly even across and up and down. So it can be a little tricky to get it there. All right, now we're ready to test out our little experiment. Let's see if it works. Sort of. You might experiment with different lengths of yarn, maybe a little longer, so that you can pull it back farther to have more force to press on the other marbles, or a stronger base. But you can see it's sort of working. How? We'll wait for it all to stop. You're only touching the first marble, but they end up all moving because they're each passing that energy to the next marble from the momentum of the first hit. Anyway, you can experiment and can perfect your building skills until yours works just the way you want it to. Have fun.